Hello, hello. Thank you for coming by my channel. My name is Koi, for those that don't know. For those that already show up, hello, hey, thank you, how you doing? I have a business called The Ray of Gratitude and a club called Queen of Wands, right? And I help soul-led entrepreneurs create unique, profitable offers that can really help them sustain their business without burnout. I really like to tap into burnout because I know about burnout. I'm a projector and empathic and just did not understand the value and the importance of self-care within my entrepreneurial journey, Bernie. And let's face it, like for those that have experienced burnout or possibly don't know what it is, you've came to the right channel. Okay. So I love tarot and I love to read for spiritual entrepreneurs. So this reading is going to be a little bit different. We're going to tap into a specific reading. Okay, so if this reading isn't for you, if you'd like to stick around and listen and give me a like or a comment, that would be great to boost it up for other people to see, right? But if not, you can definitely check out the others because this is going to be a 5-part series where I'm talking to a specific type of spiritual entrepreneur, right? Soul-led entrepreneur, heart-centered entrepreneur, whatever you want to call it. And we really talk about the business block here. And if you want more help and more inspiration for the business block, I definitely advise you to check out my Queen of Wands Club because that is where we get down to the nitty gritty. I have so much inspiration, exclusive content. We do readings for business blocks. I'm trying to reach that goal so we can start having those private meetings. And you get some type of free tutorials, okay? Yeah, so let's begin. All right. But first, let's get into this. Let's just start, all right? Enough said. Let's see what this business block you have going on. Let's talk about the situation and the business block, okay? Well, that flipped up. Okay, there we go. Oh, what's going on with ya? Let's see. I'm kind of already vibing from you that you might not know exactly what to say to your ideal clients. Because I'm all about niching down, okay? When we're building a brand, I help with brand development. I must add that, right? Should have said that before. But when I'm helping with brand development, it's all about niching down and tailoring the way you market, the way you speak, the way your business looks. But I want it to be unique to you, right? And that's the flip side of business, right? Because when we're talking about spiritual business, we're talking about really allowing your uniqueness to shine, not carbon copying things for the latest fad, okay? So yeah, look at this. Boom, bam, boom. Impasse. I used to read this. Real quick, I used to read this as impasse. I don't know if that's the French way to say it, or maybe that's just my reading illiteracy. I don't know. All right, enough. So, you are the type of person that is like, all right, like I'm raw, taking all masks off here, right? The Queen of Swords, like, there's no frills and thrills here. Like everything is truth, honest, and direct. You may be actually a coach or guiding people with your own spiritual knowledge or something that you're very highly knowledgeable about. Something like a transformational coach, right? That really helps people and knows about the struggle, but doesn't have a problem talking about it. But I kind of feel like you do have a problem talking about it. Let me see what this is. Yeah, King of Cups. Because it's kind of like, all right, I don't know, for some of y'all may be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, right? And air signs, very intellectual, very, very smart, have so many ideas, right? But I kind of feel like you've had some successes before, but you're actually trying to grow in a new way or shape or form here. I do. And if this is a startup and you haven't started your business yet, I really think that you're trying to create an offer or a business off of something that you already know how to do, right? But I think the internet scares you. I think that it's like when it comes to one-on-one people in person, right? It's like, okay, I know how to do this. You've been doing whatever you're trying to do for years, possibly, right, at your job. But you're at a point where it's like, this is emotionally draining you. This job that you may be at is like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it doesn't fulfill you anymore. You might be like a veteran, like not a veteran, like actual in a war, but like someone that is advanced in their skills, like has climbed the ladders through whatever jobs that they've had and had a lot of successes. But I kind of think when it comes to entrepreneurship and actually getting out on the internet, let me just see, because it's kind of like you have a problem actually expressing and you're trying to figure out what you should express to connect with people and what you shouldn't. Right? Because everything ain't for everybody. And you don't have to tell your whole life story or traumas either, right? But if those traumas that you have healed through or understood, or you feel comfortable sharing with other people, then go ahead, right? Talk about it. Look, we have full moon here too on both of these things. So it's kind of also, I'm also getting that you're having a hard time really understanding what you deserve. For some of y'all may be Aquariuses, or maybe like you have an Aquarius, I don't know, Aquarius rising, Aquarius moon. Because the star here, it's like, maybe also you never really saw what you needed, right? It's like, people be like, oh, look at your competition, right? And then it's like, well, where? I don't see nobody. There is no competition. And in a way, that's kind of cool because you could toot your own horn. But in a way, it's kind of, I don't want to say hard. It's kind of, I'm even feeling it in my throat. It's kind of hard to express because you're like, how do I do this? Like this, like it's almost like you're literally showing your failures in front of people, right? And showing like, and it's almost like, well, what do I show here? Let's talk a little bit more and let's see what's going on here. Oh, wow, a lot. That was a lot. I'll just say this. Those who aren't afraid to ask for help can quickly remove the barriers that hold them back. Be free to live beyond your past, okay? And the love that you withhold is a love that you still carry. Let's get one card, Spirit. Okay. Okay. Okay, now you don't want to come out. Oh my gosh. Let's just get this one. And that might be the same one that was over here. And let's get this. Let's talk about it. Okay. How can you do this differently? So, okay. So now I think, okay, this is a different one. So how can you do this differently? Don't underestimate the power of trial and error. Wasn't I talking about trial and error? Like you may be, I don't know if you're, please tell me if you're Aquarius because this would be very interesting. But I said Aquarius too because we have the star card and Aquarius taps into the energy of Uranus, which is very inventive, which is very transformational. But like, I remember myself saying like a creative rebel, right? Like you do things very unorthodox, but you have no problem telling people how it is, right? Like that's your orthodox. It's like being raw and rugged and it's like, boom, this is how I feel, blah, blah, blah. Like you have no problem telling people how you feel in reaction to how they feel, right? But it's a difference when you're actually being vulnerable, when you're actually connecting one-on-one, connecting with a group, connecting with the worldwide freaking web, right? And that might be something new to you here, right? Because I think that you've had some success in the past, or like sometimes you don't deem your successes. Like if you had a business and you thought it failed, right? You're going through your own healing from that business and understanding the trials and errors so you can actually level up into this new business idea. And for some of you, right, maybe you haven't really celebrated your successes. Like, first of all, congratulations for actually even owning a business and getting it out there, right? But maybe back then when you owned a business, you know, it was a different machine that's running right now, right? Like, let's say, for instance, you owned a business in the 90s or the 80s. I don't know how old you are, right? And then now it's 2022 with multiple apps. Like, first of all, let's just pause for the cause. Even in 2000, there was no such thing as apps. There was a such thing as programs for your computer, but not apps, right? Very different. And I'm sure it's different in coding. I'm not a design coder or web coder, but like I know that the world of coding is the language of computer technology, straight like that. And that's something I didn't learn. But I do know about design on the computer. And this is the thing, like it's reminding me of, like I went to college straight off from high school. And I thought I was going to get on the computers. I kept wanting to do graphic design on the computers. And when I got there, the first year was all about foundation, which was like hands-on, back in the day, graphic design, freaking typology, type. Why can't I say that word? It's not typology. Typography. Wow, I really can't remember something that I love. But like understanding the fonts, right? And just all that stuff. We were doing things literally like back in the day. I remember we had a class trip to go to this press mill that was like the first press in Philadelphia that showed how people typeset. I'm using really nerdy graphic design things right now, but like typeset and print the words. And it was like literally they put each one in this lead, right? That's how you get leading in what you call it. But anyway, and they printed it on the press. I'm like, yo. And back then I didn't appreciate that shit. Like it made me think like, oh, this is really cool. I don't know how these people did this. But I wanted so bad to get on the computer. I was like, all those things that they were teaching was going over my head. And this is the thing. It's almost like literally over your head. Like you have this thing here that is really something special and unique, but it's over your head. And you might feel like you've got your work cut out for you, right? But there's a lot of things you can do, right? Because your business block is about connecting with people and connecting with your own emotions so you can truly be able to express them in a vulnerable way that doesn't feel like eek, that doesn't feel like, oh, I don't know, like it doesn't confuse you or make you feel even more emotional, because this is the sacral chakra here. And the sacral chakra is all about pleasure. It's about sensuality. It's about sexuality. It's about the inner child and playfulness too. And like if you have a problem with, like Erykah Badu said, like I'm an artist, I'm sensitive about my shit, right? If you're sensitive to people giving you feedback, right? And you know that might be stopping you from putting yourself on the internet, right? And it also says, always be strong enough to let go and wise enough to wait for what you deserve. I really feel like y'all might be at an impasse with a business and you're not sure if you should let it go or chuck forward. Let me get some water real quick. You're definitely not sure which direction too. If you're into astrology, definitely check out your North Node. If you don't know your North Node, Google it. It's kind of like, it looks kind of like those septum nose rings that everybody has, right? It literally looks like that. I don't know if I said it right, but I'm sorry if I didn't. Wherever your north node is in your astrology chart, figure out what sign it's in, and if it's in Aquarius, definitely definitely comment below. But no, like if it's in Aquarius, right? I know that in short, your north node is the energy that you are developing as a person and as a soul to really connect with that energy and be that leader in that energy. So leading communities, groups, starting new things that no one ever, like inventing, patenting things. Just having like great foresight. Tapping into new technologies, right? And then I feel like, see, like, so if your north node is Aquarius, your south node would be Leo. And that's the energy that you developed as a child. I want to say any astrologist on here, I'm not sure when that energy starts to develop. Like, what? Let's say like the Saturn return is really like, hey, get your shit in order so you can step into that higher self of, future self, continual self that's going to get you where you need to go, right? Because your past self, your past lives even, is connected to your south node. And it's an energy that you know very well, but you don't want to really be stuck in that energy. And a lot of times with Leos, they're very like if they tapped into your emotional intelligence, right? If they tapped into that, they would be so heart-centered, not give a about who is doing what and who is saying what about them, right? But when Leo is in their lower self or acting out their south node, they cover these insecurities up with their conceitedness and like, look at me, and like, I'm going to do things big so people can talk about me in a way that is like keeping up with the times and the trends, right? But if they're really like in their higher self, as in like the Aquarius energy of actually starting trends, they're already like, they know that they're the sun and everything revolves around them. So they radiate they radiate all the energy to everybody that needs to be, you know what I'm trying to say? So if this is you, please let me know in the comments, because this is something that is really going to continue to block you within your spiritual journey and your entrepreneurship journey. Because the more that you brand your business, the more that you make your business unique to yourself, right? Having a heart-centered business, a soul-led business, it's all about being unique and showing your talents, right? Bringing that to the forefront as a leader to whoever your community is, whether it's 8 people or 8,000 people, right? And it's also about growing as your business grows, because if you're not able to grow and you're trying to hit like $1 million annual revenues here, and you got money blocks and you still don't know how to sustain like $2,000 a month, like it's going to be some issues, right? And one thing that I've learned, especially about money blocks, it all starts about, you really got to look at your relationship with money, your relationship as a child, how your parents grew with your money, right? That root chakra energy, and fears around money. I don't know if I said that again, but like, like just this anxiety. Sometimes people think that the money is the all root to evil, when it really isn't. Like, we're deeming that, right? And I don't know if you have money issues, but this is the thing. Like, if you're trying to grow within your business, you have to grow within yourself first. Then your business automatically grows. It's kind of like you are the seed in the plant and your business is the water. Get me? So like you can't have one without the other, but your business is going to nourish your growth. But you're the one that's also growing. Like you need to be aware of your growth as you're growing so you can actually align with the things that you deem to help and serve other people. If this is making sense, definitely tap that like button, okay? So this is what I'm seeing here for you here. You love to talk. Like I feel like you're a very extrovert person, but when it comes to like this internet or just doing something different, it's like, eek, I don't want to transition. I'm not sure how to transition. I don't know, like type of thing. But you do know because you have a lot of experience. Just because you have experience in one department doesn't mean that understanding and wisdom can't carry on to a total different department. You know, if you were a tailor and you're trying to do something about chakra healing, I'm sure the relationships alone that you've learned from being a tailor or a seamstress can help you understand how to get clients or something within a business. You know what I'm trying to say? Don't give up on yourself, okay? If you're really feeling the vibe, please subscribe because I'm going to be having more business talks weekly on here, right? My lives. I would love for you to catch me on my lives. And if you want the extended version, right? If you want to get to know more inspiration on how you can actually heal this block, how you can come into balance with your sacral chakra and just your 7 body chakras in general, definitely check out my Queen of Wands Club, because if you join, you'll be able to see the extended version amongst other exclusive content that I give with tutorials, with entrepreneurship stories that I went through, failures and all that crap, right? Encouraging messages, free events. Some of the events that I have, you'll be able to get to free or discounted, right? And I'm coming out with a course that would be discounted for you as well, and just other stuff. I'd love for you to just click the link below to check it out, okay? And yeah, without further ado, let's get into this extended reading at my Queen of Wands page. And stick around, you know, if you're not into the Queen of Wands thing, but you're feeling the vibe, check me out for the lives. All right. Until next time, I'm out of y'all. Peace.